I'm Jonathan Holmes and I'm the director of the Tempest, and I am also the artistic director of Jericho House, which is the company that's producing the show. What happened was that I'd wanted to make a show about the situation in the Middle East. I'd already done one called Fallujah that was about Iraq, and so I was particularly interested in the region. But I couldn't quite get a handle on it, and it felt impudent of me, not being either Jewish or Muslim or Palestinian or Israeli, to think about making a show about an issue that complex coming from the outside. So I was trying to find ways of doing it, and I got as far as thinking the best approach would be to find an archetype, an idea that fit the region, but wasn't me kind of lecturing or preaching about it or pretending that I knew more than I did or had more of a right than I do to talk about it. So I got that far, and then very, very parallel to that, I'd been thinking I really want to get back to doing some Shakespeare, which is where I sort of started as a director. And I'd always really fancied The Tempest, and I'd done a lot of work on the musical angle for the show very early on. So very parallel to that, I was thinking I want to do The Tempest. And then it just came together. It was kind of, where can I find an archetype that works in the Middle East? I really want to do The Tempest. What would be a good reason for doing that show now? Eureka, sort of thing. So it was understanding that all the ideas in The Tempest that are about exile, that are about colonialism, that are about territorial conflict, work so very well in the Middle East, that Shakespeare had set the play very, very explicitly between Europe and the Muslim East, that there were all these references to Algeria, Tunisia, the Middle East, that sort of thing in the play already there, that it was about successive waves of people in a very small area, each in conflict with the other, and thinking that they had a right to the same tracts of land. All of these ideas registered very, very strongly, of course, in that region. And the flip side of that is it's always bugged me that The Tempest has become this sort of slightly mellifluous, beautiful thing, and has lost the connection to the political background that was Shakespeare's reason for writing it. And so it felt that the region and the idea and the context for the production would give the play a new life, while the play in return would give something, an angle, an idea, a way of seeing, a lens to see the conflicts in the Middle East through. So it was a kind of combination of those things.